Urban Artificial Intelligence, strategic thinking media platform, Young Thug, Boosie, Kodak Black, and a couple of other rappers got into a viral discussion about PC. All right, it went viral. This is a part of the culture. I see a lot of people in the comments saying this is stupid. This is a dumb topic when it comes to hip hop culture because it's tied to the street culture. This kind of is an important topic when you talk about artists, when you talk about rappers. Now, if you talk about regular people, in their regular life, they could do whatever they want to do. If you want to go to PC, if you don't want to go to PC, that's up to you. But when you're a rapper and you broadcast a message to the masses, it matters. All right. Things like this matter. If you a fan of hip hop, you know how much jail reputation matters in hip hop, especially the guys that we're talking about. So if you think that this topic is dumb or stupid, I get it. I understand. If you think it's immature, that's fine. But at the end of the day, these are the type of things that's tied to the culture. So if you listen to violent gangster rap, this matters. All right. It may not matter to you, but as a whole, it matters to the community because it can affect a rapper's image. All right. Let's be honest. It can affect a rapper's image. It can affect how they fans see them. That affects business. It can affect how the community sees them. That can endanger their safety. All right. So while it may be a bit of an immature topic, it does matter in the culture that we in. All right, now Kodak Black and Boosie, they've kind of had issues since the whole 6ix9ine thing. All right, we remember Kodak Black did the song with 6ix9ine. Him and Boosie was super tight. Before that, they had songs together. They was in videos and all type of things together. You know, Kodak Black looked up to Boosie as a lot of rappers do, especially rappers from the South. They look up to Boosie and, you know, they get him on features and they like doing business and music with him. Nothing new with him and Kodak Black until the 6ix9ine incident. You know, Boosie was vocal about that. He went online multiple times. He did live multiple times, speaking on how he was basically just disappointed in Kodak Black. Kodak Black responded, and they've been back and forth ever since. Now, there was times where it kind of cooled off, but anytime Kodak is in the news since the 6ix9ine incident, Boosie has spoke on it. Is he out of line for that? I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know. In my opinion, this all stems back to the 6ix9ine situation. This is where their drama started. This is where the tension between them started because they was cool before that. Now, recently, Boosie posted a list of rappers who never checked in the PC. He was basically just shouting them out. Now, this seemed like a random post, but it wasn't. Another guy went on an interview and he spoke about how he was in the feds with Kodak Black. Now, I forgot this dude's name, but I'm going to put his information up on the screen. He went on an interview and he said Kodak Black was in PC in federal prison. All right. Again, don't know if that's true. For whatever reason, people believed it. I'm not saying Kodak Black was in PC. I don't know. I don't know if Kodak has specifically responded to him being in PC, or if he just responded talking shit back to Boozy. Now he did do that, but I don't know if he has answered that question. All right, Jack Boy kind of said the same thing, but we know they're not on good terms. He also said Kodak Black was in PC. We've heard other rappers say Kodak Black was in PC. He obviously wasn't having a good time in jail because he continued to complain about his living conditions in the situation, which is weird to me because this song's where Kodak Black basically is saying he crashes out and he don't care if you go to jail. That's cool if that's your opinion. But if you say that on the record, if you say you don't care if you go to jail, when you go to jail, you can't ask the president to get you out. All right, that's kind of contradicting yourself, saying you don't care about jail in a song, but once you go to jail in real life, you want the president to get you out. All right, that causes confusion in the hip hop community. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not telling Kodak Black what he should or shouldn't do. It's his life. If he want to party, that's up to him to do. But those moves definitely cause confusion. Now that went viral. The guy saying that Kodak Black was in PC. Boosie posted his list. Meek Mill responded. A lot of other rappers responded, and him and Kodak Black just continued to go back and forth. Now I want to ask y'all this: what is the repercussions? What are the consequences of going to PC as a gangster rapper? All right, Young Thug chimed in. He came from a different angle. He said it was a business decision. Nothing is wrong with going to PC. If you $1 million nigga, if you got a lot of money, if you got a lot of fame, if you have a lot of notoriety, is it okay to go to PC? I want to ask y'all another question. If you manage an artist, a hot artist, they bubbling in the city, they bubbling in the streets, they getting features, they going up, they do gangster rap, they get locked up. They call you and say, I want to go to PC. Now you manage this person. This is your money. They asking you, hey, I want to go to PC. What do you say? Is it gonna hurt their image? Do you want to protect them physically, their life? What if it's a gangbanger? All these questions are real life situations. We seen some people said Kodak Black was in PC because he was a Zoe, and in federal prison, there is no large Zoe representation. Now that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. They say he was in a local gang, and in federal prison, there was really no representation for the Zoes. He really didn't have anywhere he could fit in, allegedly. I don't know if this is true. Maybe Kodak Black could have got in there and pulled some strings. Maybe he wasn't in PC. Maybe this dude is just hating, y'all. I don't know. I'm a blogger. I have a strategic thinking media platform, and this is a strategic thinking situation. All right? Would you let your artist go to PC? Get in the comments and let me know. Another rapper responded to Young Thug. That was Ralo, one of the guys who he's had a long-standing issue with. Ralo replied basically saying Young Thug ain't never been to federal prison, so he don't really know the rules. He was in a weak-ass case, a state case, and he basically said he don't know the rules of federal prison because he never been. All right, that does hold a little bit of weight in the conversation to an extent, but I think Young Thug was basically coming at the direction of if you're well known or if you're a rapper. All right. I don't think he's really trying to say if it's a distinction between prison in the state or federal prison. He probably means that for both of them. If you in federal prison or if you in a state prison, you should be secluded. You should be alone by yourself. It's just a smarter business decision. I want y'all to get in the comments to let me know what y'all think. Of course, YSL Mondo chimed in too against Young Thug. And when he spoke on Young Thug, he basically said Young Thug was in the medical wing. All right. He said he was very rarely in general population. I don't know if any of this is true. I've never been to prison. I've only been to county jail. So I can't speak on prison. Definitely never been to a federal prison. These are things that I'm reporting to y'all from the internet. All right. This is what YSL Mondo is saying. I'm not saying Young Thug was in a medical wing. I'm not saying he was in a PC. I'm simply relaying the message to y'all of somebody who was at one point was close to Young Thug. Now Young Thug responded saying, Mondo, shut the fuck up and go to work, which is pretty funny. Of course, we know Mondo a couple of months ago got online and basically was like, I'm not a gangster no more. I'm not a thug no more. I'm a working man. And, Young Thug was making fun of that. But salute to Mondo, man. No matter what he's doing for money, as long as it's legal and he got his dignity and his pride, keep doing it. Keep going up. But I want y'all to get in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about this. Who's right? Who's wrong in this situation? Boosie, Kodak Black, Young Thug, Ralo, Mondo. Y'all get in the comments and let me know, man. Is it okay for a gangster rapper to go to PC? What if he said that was the direction that his label wanted him to go in? Those are instructions from business partners or business associates. Does that matter? Do people care? Is there any wiggle room or gray area, or is it just black and white and you got to follow the guidelines? And if you are in any type of separate space from general population, if you're in any type of isolated area, it's basically PC. Niggas counting it as PC. If you isolate it, if you're not in general pop, you're in PC. How y'all feel about that, man? Urban Artificial Intelligence, strategic thinking media platform. I'm gonna see y'all in the next episode. Peace.